was built to last. With the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past. With all I'm achieving, got my foot on the gas. Never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war!
Good morning, beautiful people. I know I've been kind of MIA. I haven't posted in, I think it's been about a week. Not sure how long it'll be whenever I finally post this video, but just been taking a little time to, not gonna say work on me, but just been taking a little time to, I don't know what's the word to use for it, to analyze myself, analyze my life, analyze the moves I want to make, where I want to go, things I want to do. It's just a lot that is happening around me, and I've committed to, hold on, let me get in the car. Well, guys, I am headed into Kroger with my list for the cabin trip, and I am committed to only purchasing what's on this list. So y'all, I was in and out in a matter of probably about 20 minutes or less, and I am very proud of myself. I stuck to the plan. The only thing is that I did add one thing, but it was required. I added maple syrup. Because how we gonna have, well, not maple syrup's too expensive. I got the bad stuff, the high fructose corn syrup. But how we gonna have waffles and not have syrup? So that was something that I needed to add, but I made sure that I went in and went straight to what it was that I said I was gonna get, and didn't shop around the store. So that came to $54.55. I already have all the biscuits, and I do have some bacon at home in the freezer that I need to take out, and I need to figure out what it is that I'm going to actually, other than breakfast, what am I going to contribute to probably like taco night.
but I've already got the cheese that I got should be enough cheese for breakfast, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do for taco night. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really in the best of moods today, and I know that part of it, a great deal of it, is because of the celebration of life that we had yesterday for my girl, and it threw me into a funk. Even though it was beautiful how they celebrated her, oh my God, it was, our kickball, a lot of people from our kickball league, her family, our old coach and his wife cooked an amazing spread. We had lamb chops, we had ribs, we had chopped pork, we had chicken, excuse me, green beans with new potatoes, yellow rice, dirty rice, baked beans, potato salad, pasta salad. It was beautiful. It was a private moment, and it wasn't a blogging type of moment. But it was beautiful. She was beautiful. Hair, makeup, just, talking to her, just hearing her talk and her speak, you would never know that she was sick. And, that's what she was saying, that, I know I look like, I'm fine. But she said that, it's bad, it's real bad. And her kids, spoke. Her son, who rarely ever says anything, he got up and he spoke about his mom and her strength. And, he has 3 little girls. And so he said, I don't understand. He said, now that he has kids, he just turned 30. He's like, man, how did you do this shit? And she's amazing, mom. I met her because her son used to date my daughter. I ain't even gonna say date. It ain't even date. They was in the 5th grade, but they was together for like 2 years. And that's how I met her. When my daughter was in the 5th grade. And mind you, my daughter's about to be 30 and her son is 30. And that's how long I've been knowing her. And like with the kickball world, I was the one who brought her to, kickball. And so she's a great mom. I mean, she had her kids young. I think she was 15 or 16 years old when she had her son. And her mom passed away when she was young from cancer also. And so I think about, I just think about so much. And, so it's just kind of like, it's weighing heavily on me today, just, thinking about her and the love that we shown her, and just realizing how precious life truly is, and how we hold ourselves back out of fear. And then you're gonna look up one day and, I always say I got more years behind me than I do in front of me. And so I keep saying I'm going to live it and live it out loud. But yesterday made me realize that I'm still not living out loud. I'm still not living in my truth. And my truth is just not giving a damn about what others say or others think or how others feel, or always putting others' thoughts and caring about what others think. The people who come on my vlog and they make mean comments and letting it get to me. Just enjoying life. Every single moment and second, you're gonna have your days when you're down or you're depressed or you're going through things, and things make you angry, things piss you off. But learning how to move past it quickly and getting back to just enjoying So I'm headed back home. It's 12:22. I have a 1 o'clock. I just had to run out right quick on lunch to, grab some things for the cabin trip. Then after my call with my boss today, I need to go ahead and schedule the maintenance on my truck so I can go and get my truck serviced before we head out of town. And I'm just looking forward to this vacation. I will be vlogging on this vacation, of course. This vacation and whenever I go to Daytona. I've never been to Daytona Bike Week. Judge your mama. I'm 54. Yes, I will be at Daytona Bike Week. And yes, I will be turning all the way up. Because I do want to actually get me another bike. So yeah, gonna shut it down for the moment.
Good morning, y'all. It's 3:50 in the morning, and I have tried to sleep, but for the most part, I've been tossing and turning. And so I said I'm not going to just force myself to try and keep sleeping, because whenever you do that, only thing it does is make you more tired. So I decided I would get up and go to the gym. That's one of the reasons why I added Planet Fitness back to my choices other than LA Fitness, because with Planet Fitness, of course, you guys know that they're 24 hours Monday through Friday. I could go downstairs to our gym, but I'm just not. So, y'all, I cannot tell you how bad I need this vacation that we are going on Thursday. Even though, again, I'm not really big on being in such a confined space for such an extended period of time. With it being a cabin, I do have the option of, escaping, going outside on the balcony. They have an indoor pool, and it's like 15 rooms. It's 20 of us, but it's like 15 rooms. 15. Anyway, I'll be able to have my own room, so I'll be able to escape. I'm going to take my laptop because I want to start back working on my writing, and of course I'll be vlogging. But I said I wasn't going to address certain things, but when I went to bed last night, something that somebody said, it really laid on my spirit. And yeah, it really laid on my spirit. And I understand that, doing what I do, you have to have a thick skin. And I'm really, I share with you guys a lot more than, I'm very vulnerable with you guys. And I share a lot, but I also don't share a lot. And I'm not one of those people that I'm not going to say I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those people that don't like to talk about certain things, especially a lot, because I don't want others, not that I should even care what others think, because this vlog for me is my peace. It's my therapy. That's it. This vlog for me is my therapy. Because of course, like me sharing with you guys that I've been molested, me sharing with you guys that I have been raped, two separate incidences. One was my cousin, one was a guy I went to school with. And so I share a lot of things with you guys because I know that there's someone else out there that has experienced the same or similar or even worse. So, a comment that was made on my latest post, I said that I was going to stop addressing, and I said that I was going to not let the things that people say get to me. But people can be mean, and also I'm human. I'm human. So a young lady came on the post, and it's just so funny to me because a lady came behind her and said, "No shade. I like this channel, but she shows symptoms of ADHD and gets easily distracted in her conversation, resulting in her having to restart the first few words in her sentences numerous times. I think she should probably do one task at a time while vlogging, and you're right, no driving, because this seems overstimulating for her to drive and conversate." First of all, girlfriend, conversate is not a word. I know they put it in the dictionary, but it's converse. So I'm not going to say what my response was to the initial comment, but so I'm just going to tell you. Yeah, I do have ADHD. That's one. Two, when you have menopause, when you go through menopause, you have a very cloudy brain memory. Also, it comes from having COVID 2 times. COVID gives you cloudy brain. Also, for a very long time, I was so afraid that I had early onset Alzheimer's or dementia because my father's mother, she died from Alzheimer's. And so for a while, especially leading up to my 50s, I was so afraid that I had Alzheimer's because I couldn't remember stuff. Sometimes I still can't remember stuff. Sometimes I can't even remember what I wore yesterday. Sometimes I can't even remember if I ate anything earlier in the day and what it was that I ate. My mother, before she passed away last year, had begun showing signs of dementia. My aunt, who passed a week after my mom, she had developed Alzheimer's. My grandmother, my mother's mother, before she passed, she had a touch of dementia. And so it is something that I struggle with. because it's a fear that one day it will be me. Now, I've also been told that it's mainly because of menopause, certain hormones causes, foggy brain, and also having had COVID. So I fight with it, but I power through it. But what you saw in the video where I was, when I cut the video off abruptly, that came from having fought the last couple of weeks with depression. My mother's birthday was Valentine's Day, one of many firsts. My dad's death date, which still affects me greatly, even though he passed in 1989, was February 22nd. So I made 2 trips to the grave to talk to my parents, or as I call them, the rents. And then one of my girlfriends, who I've been knowing since my daughter was in the 5th grade, she has terminal cancer. So she's been fighting for 5 years. And this is probably already in this vlog, but I wanted to address specifically you, young lady, who had decided you wanted to diagnose me and tell me what I needed to do. So this Sunday, we had a celebration of life for her. I'm sorry, back it up. So that Saturday, I have a lot of stuff to do. Sometimes you feel like you don't have enough time in the day. And a lot of times I feel pulled here and I feel pulled here, and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I do need to just sometimes slow down. I'm, stressing about my house. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's a lot of work. We lived in the house since 1974, 75. And every time I go over there, I get so overwhelmed because there's what, 50 years worth of stuff that has to be cleaned out that house before I can even begin to work on the house. And it needs a lot of work. That weighs on me. Sometimes I'm up at night stressing about it, thinking about it, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I wake up 3-4 times in the middle of the night, just stuff just coming at me left and right. That's not what I want you guys to see. So that's not what I show you. So yeah, sometimes I jump from subject to subject because my mind is constantly going. It's constantly going. So Saturday, whenever I couldn't get it together, whenever you saw me jump in, first of all, me and this camera has been fighting because you can either do follow, or you can do where it stays, or you can do where the gimbal moves. So whenever I set it up in the tripod in the car, it kept moving. So I kept stopping because I didn't want the camera to get me out of focus. And then my suction that I put this in when I put it in the car, sometimes it falls. And so I was dealing with that. I was also very upset because I went to our first kickball meeting. I haven't played kickball in 2 years. And so I'm already feeling kind of antsy about that because I need to get in shape. I've gained a lot of weight. I'll be playing with players who are in their 20s and 30s, and I'm 54 years old. So I deal with that insecurity as well, plus the pressure of being expected to be the pitcher, because I've been a pitcher, and that's why this coach wants me to play for him so badly. And so I was expecting to meet a whole new team of people with me only knowing a couple of them. And then I get over there. The meeting was set for 2, so it's went from 2 to 4. And I get there and it's nobody there but the coach, the main coach, and then it's me. And then after that, the assistant coach comes. And then another young lady who also pitches, she comes. And we sit and we wait. And we wait. And we wait. Coach had bought all this food because this is our first team meeting, because we're supposed to start practicing this week because the season starts in April. And we wait. And nobody else showed up. No one else showed up. Therefore, an hour and a half waiting on others to show up for our first team meeting to set the tone of the team. And there were 4 people there, and 2 of them was coaches. So at that time, whenever I kept saying, hold please, and stopping and starting and stopping and starting, I was very upset. I was very upset. And then living in Atlanta, actually being from the east side, and the traffic that is crazy coming out of the east side. Whenever you saw me go out and I said, no, let me decide. No, let me go the other way. And I spun around and came back in this. That's because in his subdivision, it's 2 lanes and there's a divider coming into his subdivision. He has a beautiful house, by the way. I had to go out and come back in and turn around so I can go to the right, because at first I was going to go to the left, and I had started going to the left, and then I said, no, if I go to the left, then I go back down to Pinello Road and get on 20, it's going to be worse. So let me go to the right and go up Thompson Mill to Snapfinger to get on the expressway on Wesley Chapel. So that's where it looked like I was all over the place. But I was trying to fix my camera. And yes, I do vlog. If you look at most of my vlogs, I vlog often in the car, to the point where I said I need to stop vlogging so much in the car, because it just seems like that's all I do is vlog in the car. Once I have my camera and everything together in the car, I don't have a problem with vlogging in the car. That's specifically why I bought that tripod, to sit this camera there so I can vlog in the car. So that's what was going on there. It was a matter of the camera falling and moving, me upset about driving 20 miles one way to come to a meeting and nobody showed up. Because I'm like, do I really want to pay $75 for a new jersey and then $100 for registration for kickball, $175, and then we have practice twice a week and nobody shows up, and that would mean me driving a total of 80 miles round trip every week for practice and no one shows up? Do I want to do this? So I was very upset and I couldn't get my bearings together. And then circling back to, that was that Saturday. That Sunday, we had my girlfriend's celebration of life. At first she was saying a repast before she passes, but now she changed it to a celebration of life. And that had been sitting on my spirit because she's been fighting cancer for over 5 years now. She had breast cancer, then she had a brain tumor, and then the tumors came back and they spread to her spine. Then she went through chemo again, and then it came back again. She fought again, and then this last time she says that she's just tired of fighting. And she's 45 years old. So getting that news, oh, one more thing. So she let us know a little over a week ago, we'll say 2 weeks ago, that the doctor said that she had roughly 6 weeks to live. And that set on my spirit. But the same day that I found out that she decided that she wasn't going to fight anymore and that she just had 6 weeks to live, my aunt went to the hospital, my mom's baby sister. She went to the hospital with a very bad headache, and she found out that she had a mass on her brain. So here's a little bit of what I've been going through, dealing with. And whenever you get to be my age at 54 years old, you start thinking about your own mortality a lot. For me, the reason I'm always preaching about living my life and not giving a darn about what anybody think, and traveling and just enjoying life, and I constantly, push that narrative, is because that sits on my spirit that I'm 54 years old, and I start thinking, the average time first of all, when my dad passed, he was 52 years old. My mom, she was just 86. The average for my mom's side of the family is around 86, 87. Some have lived to be 90 years old, but then some have died earlier than that. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm 54. I've never been married. My daughter doesn't have any children. And so I don't know if I'm the only one that does it, even though I know that I'm not. But I start thinking, in 30-something years, I'll be gone if I live that long. And as time is moving so fast, you start looking at pictures, you see postings, and you think that something has only been last year or 2 years ago, and then you realize it's been 5 years, 7 years, almost 10 years. All of that comes together, and you're like, wow, time is moving so fast. I don't have a lot of time to just waste, but I'm realizing that I waste a lot of time. And so that's why I'm constantly all over the place, which feeds into the ADHD, because it comes to me, you don't have a lot of time. But then also I tell myself, you need to slow down. So since my mother passed May 8th of 2024, a week later, my aunt passed away. 2 months ago, my uncle passed away. Back it up, towards the end of last year, one of my guy friends who was, he wasn't even 54 because he's a little younger than me, he passed away. We're looking at his post, he used to be this health nut, and the next thing you know, he's on dialysis. And he posts one day that he was at his mechanical kidney, and then the next day he was gone. So then I've gone through all of these first holidays without my mom, and it hasn't been easy. That's part of the reason that I started my YouTube channel, because I wanted to have an outlet and also start documenting. Some of it is for my daughter and my future grandkids, so they'll have something to remember me by. My mom didn't like to take a lot of pictures, so we don't have a lot of things to. We have pictures, but like videos is we don't have a lot. So I had to experience my first Thanksgiving without my mom, my first Christmas without my mom. It wasn't easy. My first birthday without my mom, my first New Year's without my mom. And then Valentine's Day is her birthday. And y'all, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough. And then February 22nd is the anniversary of my dad's death. I still miss my daddy. When I'm going through stuff, I'm like, if my daddy was here, I wouldn't have to go through this. And then the celebration of life for Montego. So all of that has been weighing heavily on me. So that's why I haven't uploaded. I'm looking at the content that I have on this camera, and it's been sitting there in iMovie. What I just uploaded that you guys just saw was really chopped and screwed because I have a lot of content on here, but it's like I didn't even feel like, I'm like, but I can't. I made myself put it out because I don't want to look up and it be weeks and then months go by and I haven't uploaded. So I have still a whole bunch of stuff. Matter of fact, at 9 o'clock this morning, I worked on another movie. It's going to upload, and that one I really did before the one I uploaded yesterday. I have a lot of content that's sitting on my MacBook. And so I admit, that last video I just threw together. And this one that is uploading at 9 o'clock today is kind of like thrown together. And then I have some other content that I need to edit and put in a video. And I can tell that I'm not doing my best work, but I'm trying to power through it. I'm trying to power through it until I can get out this funk. And then once I get out this funk, I feel like it's going to be warm this week. I'll get outside. I'll start walking. I'll get some fresh air. Maybe it'll help pull me out of this funk because, to be quite honest, these last couple of weeks, I feel like the world has just been closing in on me. And it's taken everything out of me to not shut down. So I've sat up here and talked to you guys for 21 minutes, and it is now 4:18, and me and my hella thick behind is gonna go to the gym. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been you've been my peace. You've been my therapy. You've been my sister girlfriends. I can't even tell you how much you guys don't realize I love you, Miss T, I said T and K, but it's T and C, Miss T and C, Miss Turks and Caicos. I think I have 2 followers that are in Turks and Caicos. And don't think that I don't remember that some of you and I have had little boxing matches. We've had words on here, but it humbles me that some of you guys are like me. We can have words, but like sisters, we've gotten past that old stuff. It don't even matter anymore. You know, we said what we said. You said what you said. I said what I said. And like sisters, we're back like this again. So I appreciate you guys. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Like I said, you guys are truly, you're my therapy. You guys don't realize you're helping me to get through some very powerful storms. So I'm about to get my butt up and head to this gym, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. It actually felt pretty good to get up and get out, get my workout in early. This used to be my time to work out.
Doing renovations,
But,
we can get up to $500,000.
You know, before my mom, I keep referring back to my mom, but so many things are before my mom, and then now I'm dealing with after my mom. You know, as I showed you guys some pictures, I was really working out. I was walking anywhere from 3 to 7 miles a day on the Beltline because it was right next to my old apartment complex. Sometimes I actually regret moving from over there because, number one, my apartment was above the leasing office, and the leasing office had, like, I don't know, 14-foot ceilings. And so I used to do a lot of working out. Hold on, let me take these out. I used to do a lot of working out on YouTube. I don't know if you guys follow if you guys have heard of, I forgot what her name is, but the last part is Joe. And I used to follow her, and so I would do her workouts. I didn't have anybody up under me, and even if I worked out during the day, they couldn't hear me because the ceilings were so high. But I could work out. Now I have somebody under me, and so I'm very cognizant. I'm very careful. I don't want to disturb my neighbors because the one that above me, her and her boyfriend always fighting, and then with the dog. So I don't work out in my apartment. But even though they've shut down the Beltline right now because they are paving it, I was on the end of the Beltline that was unpaved, so it was just dirt and gravel. But it went from Boulevard. Actually, it went from, if you're from Atlanta, it will go from the new Kroger by Glenwood all the way over to, I still call it Stewart Avenue, Metropolitan. So I would usually walk from right there on Boulevard all the way over to Pittsburgh, which was about 5 miles there and back. But then sometimes I would just keep going. So they're actually paving it now. So that part of the Beltline is closed down. But even whenever I didn't walk the Beltline, I would actually walk all the way up Boulevard to Grant Park, walk through Grant Park, and then come back to the house. And I still would get in, 3-4 miles doing that. I don't know what it is about my neighborhood that it just, I don't know. It's just been harder for me to walk the neighborhood versus how whenever I was living in my old apartment. But I'm gonna get back to it. It's about to warm up. It's about to be in the 60s. All of this, the rest of this week, and starting next week, and so there is no excuse. But this morning, I blogged. I
I had some conversations for you guys, and then I woke up. I woke up at 3 something, and I couldn't go back to sleep, and so I got out, but it just felt good. And I also took my pre-workout, so it's giving me a lot of energy. I could have really went on, but I decided it's 6:30 now. I'm gonna go into the office today. My boss is in town, and I need to pick up my laptop also, because I'm switching out from a PC to a MacBook Pro, since I do a lot of stuff with social media and, you know, creating content. And so I don't want to keep using my personal laptop. And so I told them I needed a MacBook. So that's what they're going to switch out today. So I'm going to go home, jump in the shower, throw some makeup on, get cute, and I'm going to go into the office today. It's crazy because as I was thinking about it, have I been in the office? I haven't been in the office this year, because I still have the Christmas gift from the Secret Santa for my girl Mika. Oh my God, I gotta make sure that I take that into the office today. So I'm about to go home. I didn't drink any water, and that's something I really gotta work on. I think that's part of the reason I'm so bloated. And then all my cameras down 16%, so I need to charge that. So I will holler at you guys a little later on today. I'm gonna take you along with me for my day, film some content. I have so many meetings. I have like 4 or 5 meetings. That's the only reason I really don't want to go into the office is they threw a 4 o'clock. I had those 4 to 5 o'clock meetings, but I think I'm gonna leave after my 2 o'clock meeting and go ahead, because I don't think I have a 3 o'clock meeting. I hope I don't, but I'm gonna go ahead and shoot home, and I'm just gonna take my 4 to 5 o'clock meeting at the house. But I will talk to you guys later. I hope that everybody is having a great, amazing week. I'm just super excited that in 2 days I'm gonna be leaving for Gatlinburg.